Hello and welcome to Let's Talk About It. I'm your hostess, Paulette Henson. Today is Saturday, August 27th, 2022. Welcome to the show, everyone. I'm so happy to be back online. It's my seventh season for doing Let's Talk About It. So thank you so much for all of your support and kind words. I really appreciate it. So before we get into our mix today, I do want to make a mention that I don't own the rights to the music in this video. This is T.I. with Bring 'Em Out, and this is the instrumental version. Moving right along, I did mention that I was going to have a co-host. However, she has some legality issues, so we will have her on the show at another time. However, today we have a lot to talk about. Man, there's trending news, we have business, we have sports, of course, and also we're going to talk about book writing. A lot of people are jumping on the bandwagon of writing books, and I think that that's awesome because we all have a story to tell. So in this segment, I am going to give you some helpful tips on how to get started with your book journey. And at the end of the show, we're also going to talk about what's happening in your neighborhood. You know, there's so much going on. This will be a way for if you want to send me information as to what's happening, you want to invite people, that type of thing, we can let people know what's happening. So we're going to have that at the end of the show. And also I will have some special announcements to make at the end of the show. So thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Okay, so we are back, and I thought this song by the Ohio Players Roller Coaster would be great for our news segment. And again, I don't own the rights to this music, but our news, you know, that's been trending, of course, I'm sure you all have seen the Trump invasion at Mar-a-Lago, and he basically kept documents, like 15 boxes worth of documents, classified documents, and he took them out of the White House. And so that issue is those documents belong to the National Archives. So there obviously was material information in those documents where he felt that he needed to remove them from the White House, flush them down the toilet, or eat them. I mean, it was just amazing at you know, the stories of, you know, how he was really trying to destroy evidence. And so the news was stipulating that, you know, that there was confidential information that could threaten our national security, that the former president had in his possession, and that he could literally sell that information to the highest bidder. And so that is really the bulk of what was going on with that. But it's just unbelievable that he was eating documents, and they were flushing documents down the toilet to a point where it stopped the plumbing system in the White House. Really amazing. The other story that I had for you, that on technology, basically California is looking to ban sales of gasoline vehicles by 2035. So that's really interesting too. What's going to happen with all of our gas vehicles? I mean, does that mean everyone is going to get rid of their car and purchase an electric car? So they're really trying to push that issue. I think that in one aspect, from an environmental standpoint, yes, we do need to clean our air. That is absolute. However, there's millions and millions of gas-powered vehicles. Where are they going? Uh, what are they going to do with those vehicles? So that's something to think about. If for those of you that have hybrid and electric vehicles, I'm sure you are like so happy because you're saving a ton of money, especially with the gas prices. They've kind of gone down a little bit, but they're still high, still way too high. I mean, it's costing me $80 to fill up my car, almost 95, depending on where I go. So something, interesting. Also, I heard today, and this was really something, that Arizona put a law into place as it relates to filming with your phone uh, inappropriate police activity. And so the law states that you cannot be within 8 feet of the incident or what's going on. So you have to film beyond 8 feet, which is no problem. I mean, it's not going to stop people from filming inappropriate activity. So you just enlarge your camera so that you can, get that documented video that could potentially save someone's life. It's unfortunate that, we are still dealing with this. We are still dealing with, police brutality. And so we have to, get people in office, which moves me to our next subject. There's a lot of women, which I'm so happy and proud, a lot of women are running for political offices because there's a lot at stake now. There's a lot of women issues, that have become political. So women across the country are pushing forward, and they are running for local offices. And so if that's something that interests you, I encourage you to go for it, because if you want change, you have to put forth some sort of effort to make that change happen, right? Okay, so that's all we have for our news. Next up, we have our sports. Gosh, it's so much going on. We'll be right back. Okay, so we are back, and let's talk about some sports. Man, this is like literally my favorite time of year because all the sports are happening at one time simultaneously. So there's no excuse for there's nothing to watch on TV. We'll start with the Dodgers. LA Dodgers are kicking butt. Okay, they are number one in the league with 88 games and 88 wins and 37 losses. So, hoo-hoo to the Dodgers. Let's go, Dodgers. They are winning almost every night. I love watching you guys. I love you, Mookie Betts. Keep doing what you're doing. In football news, now football is cranking up, and let me tell you, these young preseason players are doing it. They are on fire. Hashtag Dallas Cowboys. Man, some people were like, oh, I'm going to find a new team. Oh, I'm sick of the Cowboys and all of that. But if you watched the Dallas Cowboys when they played the Chargers, that was a great game. Also, they played yesterday. It was close. They played Seattle Seahawks, but they still came out with a win. I am really feeling positive about Dallas this year. I think that they have gained the tools that they need in order to win football games. So hopefully it's going to happen. Hopefully they're not going to let us down, right? Today, we have probably 7 football games happening today, starting at 10 a.m. So some of you probably are already engaged into your football watching. But for those of you, check your local listings. There's football games all day today. And then I think there's 2 games tomorrow. So we have a great football weekend. Now, I do know that there's people out there, you are into your soccer games, and soccer is at its highlight season at this time. So enjoy. I don't have the stats for that, but I will update you on, our local soccer team and let you know what's going on with that. So with that, we're going to move on to our next segment, and we'll be right back. I don't own the rights to this music. This is Michael Jackson. Remember the times. So, as I said, we are going to talk about book writing. And so I know that a lot of you are thinking about writing a book, and I encourage you to continue your journey. So if you're thinking about it or you have already started and maybe you got stuck, that's okay. For me, the tips that I use is I use my phone a lot to jot down ideas. I speak it into my phone. You have a notes app on your phone that you can record audio. And that's a good way to record your thoughts when you're out and about. You don't have a pen and paper. I'm old school, so I write, physically write. I'm trying to transition to just, typing all of my thoughts. But sometimes, writing, it just, encourages more thoughts in some way. Also, using apps that are specifically for manuscript writing, Microsoft Word, and also the Apple Pages has applications that you can use for your manuscript. Journaling is very important when writing your book. You want to, like I said, get a notebook, a stencil notebook, something, like this, where you can write your thoughts down. You want to start writing chapters, just like bullet items, your subject matter as to, what you're going to talk about. Next, you want to fill in the blanks, fill in that information. Now, I will tell you that if you're writing your own personal story, it's going to take you through some mental changes because it's like you're reliving, your past. It's all good. You probably will reach a writer's block where you're just like, oh my gosh, I can't think of anything. I can't write anything. Then just step away and then go back to it. Using your phone, as I said, when you're out and about to record those notes and thoughts that you're thinking about. Once you're into your book writing mode, you want to have just one notebook where all of your information is in there. Instead of having it scattered, like writing little notes on little pieces of paper, things that you think about. So that's a way to, keep your thoughts in one area, organized. Maybe they're not organized. That's okay too. But the whole idea is to keep you on track. So one you want to start with some type of journaling process or procedure. You want a notebook or you want to use your phone. If you use your phone and you have notes, you do need to title what's in that note so that you can put it all together. Just makes it easier. Two, you want to find that application that's going to help you facilitate your manuscript. Once you're done with your writing and you've reread it and reread it, then you want to, it's always a good idea to maybe have someone else to proofread it just to make sure that, you didn't miss anything. And then the next step is publishing. And so when you get to that point and you need some assistance, you don't have a publisher, please reach out. I can give you some information on how to get your book published and, everything that you need to do on the legal side so that you can get paid for your book, right? And then that's it. That's pretty much it. A lot of the work comes from just your journaling. So I can't impose upon you enough to, schedule times where you can add to your book. I think that for those of you, like, let's say you've already begun writing, you're trying to finish and get to that end, but you know that there's more information that you need. That's a good time to, write those bulleted items down and then go back and add, more details to that. It's only going to feed more into your book and make your book just thorough. So I hope that I was able to help you to get started. It's so exciting when you make the decision to write your story. You will be surprised at how many people are interested in your story. And not only that, that people learn things from your experiences. So I encourage you to, get your pen and paper out, start writing, write your story. Somebody needs to hear it. We'll be right back with our next segment, and that is what's happening in your neighborhood. Okay, so we are back, and in this segment, I wanted to mention what's going on in the neighborhood. I'd like to let you know where you can find events happening in your area, so that you can get out. Now that things are opening up a little bit, people are out and doing more. We're slowly getting back into that normality. So what I have for you in California, specifically LA area, there's a lot going on in LA always, but specifically there is the Leimert Park Jazz Festival. So that is Leimert Park is just a historical area. For those of you that have lived in LA or, you've hung out in LA, you all know about Leimert Park. They've literally transformed it. There's a cultural center that's within Leimert Park. There's a lot of African American shops there. And this has been going on since, at least 30 years. So if you're in the LA area and you want to get some good food, because there are going to be a ton of vendors down there, nice jazz concert, good vibes, good times. Also, in my old hood, Gardena. Gardena is having their annual jazz festival, and that is so awesome. At Raleigh Park, now it's so funny, I used to play at Raleigh Park many years ago. And Raleigh Park it's been transformed. They have been holding this jazz festival for 19 years. And so I think it's a good way for the community to get together. I am going to try to make it because I'd love to see some of my childhood friends from Gardena. I'm friends with a lot of you on Facebook, but I would like to see you all personally. So if I can get down there, I'm really gonna try to make that tomorrow. Hopefully my schedule will permit that. But in addition, there's a ton of concerts going on. Mary J. Blige is going to be in concert coming up, I believe in October in Ontario at the Toyota Center. Of course, Keith Sweat is going to be in concert at Yamava. However, I believe it's sold out. I've seen Keith Sweat before. He delivers an awesome show. He is such a professional. So I encourage you, if he's going to be in your town, you've got to see Keith Sweat. He is the bomb. So with that, I am going to close the show today. Thank you so much for watching. Again, I will post all of the information items related to my book, Daddy Issues, and my live interview I'll be doing on Tuesday, August 30th, excuse me. And that's going to be at 5 p.m. So make sure you listen out for that. And you guys have a great weekend. Okay, it's Saturday. Get out and do something. Hang with family and friends. And we'll see you next week on Let's Talk About It. Bye-bye.